now Year 8, and this is the first of the Discover More tutorials, which will hopefully help and support you to complete the Discover More tasks set by the faculties to the best of your ability before you move on to challenge yourself with the bronze, silver and gold challenges. So this term we are still discovering more about well-being. Your Discover More task this week is due in on Wednesday the 20th of October. You will need to complete the task to the best of your ability and then attempt some of the Something for the Weekend challenges, or all three if you are up to the challenge. You will then need to take photographs of your work and upload these onto Teams. You should all know how to do this by now, but if any of you are struggling, I have posted a link to a tutorial to show you how to use Teams to the class charts. Any passwords issues, please see me, Miss Griffiths. So your Discover More task this week has been set by the Creative Arts faculty, and the skill you'll be developing is researching using the internet and some creative skills along the way. You will need to ensure that you fully understand and complete all of the success criteria in this task. Your actual task is to research internet safety and design an internet safety mascot. To do this, you have a success criteria to follow. We will go through each of the success criteria in this video to ensure that you lay out your task correctly and that you complete all of the success criteria. Success criteria 1 is to research how to stay safe online. You will need to use the internet for this and add your research into your book. You could put a heading, research, on internet safety so that you are structuring your work correctly. Research is the process of finding facts in an organised way. People often jump straight into research without thinking about what they actually need to look at and what the task is requiring them. Then you probably end up creating work that doesn't meet the success criteria or make sense, which then creates extra work for you. So before you do your research, you should plan it out clearly and make a list of all the things that you need to research. This will help you to focus your research and to meet the success criteria. So you are going to need to know how to stay safe online. You should use search engines, but don't just look at the first two websites. Look further down the page and try not to use unreliable sources like Wikipedia. If you use the first top two websites, you are likely to have the same research as other pupils in the year group. This is then meaning that your work is not unique and individual, so try to have a little look at other resources. When you are completing research, do not just copy the research into your book. Take some notes on scrap paper first of all of your stuff you have found, the information and key facts. You can then restructure them and write them into your own words into your book. It will be better if it is in your own words and is more likely to be your version of the research and put your opinion across and what you have found out. So with this in mind, please complete your research and put this into your books. The second part of your success criteria is to explain why we need to stay safe online and why it could be difficult for younger people to understand the dangers. So you already know how to stay safe online because you have completed some research. But with this task, when you are explaining, you don't just list what you have found out. You need to assume that the person who is reading your homework has no knowledge or idea about online safety and why it is difficult for younger people to understand the dangers of being online. You will need to include as much details as possible and give definitions for any key terms that you use. The more detail you put in, the better your answer. You are not describing, you are explaining. So you will need to say why it is important to stay safe online. You could also include some ideas of how you can stay safe online. And then you will need to include why it can be difficult for young people to understand the dangers. Think about those in primary school. Once you've completed your research and explained the dangers of online, you can then move on to success criteria 3. This is where you need to design an internet safety mascot which could be used to teach younger pupils about the dangers of the internet. A mascot is any human or non-human animal or object used to represent a service, group, sports team, school or brand. Here are some examples. The Urdd, you've got Pudsey Bear for children in need, you've got the Honey Monster for Sugar Puff cereals, and you've got the 2 cartoon mascots for the 2012 Olympics. When designing your own, maybe think about the shape, the pattern and the texture of your design, and use lots of colour and detail. You may want to think about relating your image to internet safety or technology. Please draw this into your book or onto plain paper, then stick it in. Once you've completed all of the success criteria to the best of your ability, you can now attempt some of the Something for the Weekend challenges. You can do either 1, 2 or all 3 if you're feeling up to the challenge. For each one you complete, you get an achievement point. For bronze, you need to use your phone settings or an app to look at the amount of time you are using your phone. Write your usage in your book and think of ways you can reduce your phone usage time. Just bullet point these. For silver, it is mindfulness colouring. Relax and colour in detailed mindfulness colouring sheets. If you would like a colouring sheet, please see Miss Griffiths for a sheet, or you can create or find your own. For gold, evaluate a positive change you have made in your lifestyle this week that has enhanced your well-being. So for example, if I was to look at a positive change that I have made in my lifestyle in the last month, not just the last week, is that I have started running and I downloaded the Couch to 5K app. This has helped with my well-being as it is keeping me fit, it is giving me extra energy, and it is also keeping me healthy. So, if you are up to these challenges, please have a go.